Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We've had ourselves a little bit of a break, but we are back with week 5 coming at you in Ruby with Dallas versus a Vancouver team. Both teams looking to secure another win, and we're going to see who takes this dub. I'm, of course, Soupcan or Ajax, and join with me, we got a new face. We've got Piper. Piper, who are you excited to watch tonight?
I am always excited to watch Vancouver. I have to support Rico. He's been helping me out with some support VODs, so always like to see them. But Dallas has been looking pretty good as well, so good matchup for tonight.
I am excited to see Dallas changing it up. We've seen teams kind of do this throughout the season where halfway through, they've had some success, some failures, so they're like, you know what? Let's switch it up. Zach is currently, the last game they played was on DPS. They had Dyer switch in on tank, and they looked pretty good. So that going against a Vancouver team, which has had a pretty solid roster, is going to be interesting. I'm excited because the last team that I remember doing the big DPS to tank swap was, funny enough, Adbon back in Season 3 on Pittsburgh, and that team ended up winning the championship. So this might be the look that Dallas needed to revitalize their season.
Well, we shall see here soon. Let's see.
I see Dallas currently has banned Antarctic Peninsula, and Vancouver has banned Busan, so I believe we're going to go to Ilios. I am hoping for Well. Everybody loves Well. It's just a good map. It's a fun map. Just a good time.
It always is. Looking for some Lucio, some cheeky hog play.
I think Adbon could pull out the hog. Dyer, I'm not sure. I saw a lot of Dyer on the Zarya.
I did like Dyer on the Zarya.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want the hog match now. That could be neat.
You and everyone else in the server, probably.
Hopefully we get it, but I think we are going to see Ilios start up here in a sec. Another thing to note is Dallas has their 6th member. They've signed Star, and Star is actually in this game. So I believe we're missing Log for tonight. And so they're going to have a different support kind of lineup. I'm interested to see how Star fits in, considering Log for 8 seasons now has helped Dallas carry a lot of these times. So it's going to be interesting to see what the new look of Dallas is, especially, they're rotating the tank and the DPS. They're going to have a new support face in there.
Yeah, looks like we've got an Ana here and a Juno for Dallas.
They're looking to set up this kind of May brawl that we saw a little bit of. Meanwhile, if we're looking over at Vancouver, I'm seeing an Adbon Doom. We got a cool Lucio. We're going like full dive on the side of Vancouver. And as the gates open up, we're going to start here on week 5. Adbon already at the point. My God, the speed coming out.
They're coming.
Dallas currently just taking a slow approach. Meanwhile, the entirety of Vancouver is kind of split away from each other, waiting for one target to call in and dive on as they all begin to collapse and focus in on one fight. Andrew going down quickly.
Yeah, we've got Adbon purpled.
Smooth's able to take out a Ana, but unfortunately with 2 members down, I think this will be Dallas's point.
Yeah, we'll kite back out, reset.
I think this dive can work. I think they were just a little caught out by Dallas's slow. May is obviously a great kind of counter to some of these dives coming in. Slow people off, wall them off. But now we're starting to see this Vancouver team go in. Cool with a great boop on Zach. Dallas is down a DPS right now, and they're going to be down both as Adbon's going to find the punch. Hopefully going to be able to find more kills as Andrew and Smooth just battling for the point.
Yep. We've got Juno on Dallas out.
Kill confirmed.
Adbon, unfortunately, feeding a little bit. But he will definitely be back in time for this next engage. I think one of the things that I really want to look at is Pulse could be big. There's not a lot of fast targets. The only issue is you got to watch for Ice Block and the Wraith. Adbon coming in, just destroying the Juno. There goes the Pulse, but Adbon's already found both supports.
Yep, and that's 3 people on their team down.
A quick cleanup for Vancouver, really only using the Doom ult. Unfortunately, Smooth's Pulse goes a little bit wide. And currently, we're building up to some ultimates, but Nana's the only one officially online for the side of Dallas. So we're going to have to see how they use it. Hopefully they get it. I would like to see it on the Dire, so he can just kind of go without fear. There's an Ajax. Oh, cool, goes down before the beat can hit. Now they're going to be down on support.
Oh. Yep. And does Adbon make it out? Yep, he's alright.
He's got 2 right now. He's itching to go back in. His Cool's come back in to help with 1. This might not be over yet. Vancouver's going to elect to give them some point percentage so they can help heal up Adbon.
Ooh.
That might be the end of those 2. They're still able to live. A kind of moot ultimate from Dire in that point. And now we're going to see a blade out from Identity. So many ultimates going off right now. The Strider pulls out the Death Blossom.
Doesn't really seem to get anyone with that.
I like this swap over. Smooth is currently over onto the Ashe, but in that one fight, we saw Blossom. We saw, prior to the fight, we saw Rampage. And then we had Juno ult coming out. Adbon's already going to have another one of his ult, so he might be looking for that Juno. There's going to be an early orbit.
I'm trying to take out the Ana here. And he does so.
But in the cost, they lose both of their supports, so hopefully the DPS duo of Identity and Adbon on the tank. They're looking. Oh, Cool's back. They might be able to stall this out a little bit. Unfortunately, Identity is going to go down. This does not look like it's going to be well for Vancouver. I'm going to be honest.
I'm right there with you. We might get the health pack, but that is probably not enough. Are we getting it? Oh, Adbon gets out.
I think he also gets Power Punch in that, which is going to be very nice.
Yeah.
No, he does not. Okay. He's looking for it. He's got it now. So he's looking to really just stun somebody out, take him out of the fight early, so that way the rest of his team can kind of just collapse in. Identity has swapped over from the Genji over to a Cassidy, and Zac from the Mei over to a Soldier. The only ult on the board is going to be a Nano. They've been holding it on forever.
Now
Nano
Bob
finally comes out. Bob's going to come out right into the Nano Reaper. Reaper's going to wraith out, but I don't know if he'll last long. Zac goes down. Dire might be on his own, but the double kill with the ult could help them keep it in for longer. As
definitely. Identity falls.
nobody's gonna touch. Nobody got to touch. Cool went a little too wide and didn't get in. And so that'll be a 99 to 100 going in the favor of Dallas.
1-0.
Oh, I was hoping for well. Darn it. We're gonna get ruined. That's fine. I think so far, one of the biggest things that we saw from Dallas was holding on to some of those ults and kind of misusing them. But in regular just fights, not committing overly, not having to worry about some of that, they were picking off some key targets, because in that fight, rather, Adbon and the DPS of Vancouver would just kind of leave their support. So Cool and Andrew are going to have to keep their heads on a swivel as we're going to start round 2 here in Ruins. Smooth on the Widow. I'm so excited to see who dies first.
Of course, we've got Adbon on Malga here.
Classic Adbon.
Alright. Dallas takes the high ground here.
And to note already, both supports are already down. I was going to say they were low HP. Smooth is going to find one, but with no supports, Malga is going to have to do what Malga does and just sustain. Looks like Vancouver wants to try to back out, but Smooth's going to find another. This could be big as Andrew and Cool should both be coming back. Adbon looking to engage right now, but I don't think he'll be able to last much longer. Oh my god. Smooth. Oh, Smooth almost destroyed Star. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do much as now Vancouver is just trying to back it up a little bit, wait for Adbon to come back onto the Malga. And now it's still a 4v5 as Smooth goes down to Strider.
Alright, we've got Adbon back in.
A Suzu used kind of early, it feels like, from Cool. But it's going to be a trade. Unfortunately, there still is 4 members of Dallas up. Now only 2 for Vancouver. Oh, Smooth. All right, the grapple's going to keep Smooth up and away from Dyer's knife. But so far, this has been a pretty split game from Vancouver. They've been a little passive with their supports. Meanwhile, their DPS continue to kind of go in. It doesn't seem like they're working well as the team that we've seen them so far this season.
Ooh, big ult from Dyer here.
Suzu's only able to cleanse 2, so Andrew is going to go down to that ult. Try to really just flexing on Vancouver with that Deadeye. And honestly, you're looking at 2 ults in the bank, really, for Vancouver. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this done. This point might be a complete roll.
Cool's coming up on Fox. I don't know if that will be... Oh, there we go.
We're going to see the Fox, we're going to see the Cole. A tank down, a support down. Dyer's going to try and just do something while he's dead. Star's able to get away with the fade. All right, they're at 99, and I think they just win this one. If they can play the Orbit and the Blossom correctly, they can very easily take this, and Vancouver will be left down the map. But Vancouver's not out. They've made some swaps. They've got Adbon over to the JQ, a very strong pick for him. But we've also got Smooth now on the Soj. No pick changes coming on the side of Dallas. But Zach's going in against Cool. We're going to see 1 orbit. We're going to say 2 orbits.
2 orbits.
So many satellites, but Winter is going off.
Zach's Blossom ends up getting Adbon.
And that is going to be it. Dallas, a pretty close round 1, but able to kind of run away with it here as they're going to take Ilios. And now Vancouver going to have to go on and pick the next map.
And a Juno play of the game. You love to see it.
As the support mains that we both are, this is pretty neat. Honestly, not really the ult there. Kind of got the job done, but we appreciate it.
Pretty much so. We know that's the reason it's play of the game, but we're going with it.
Listen, whatever gets the job done. Now, something I want to point out: the GM of Vancouver, Ricochet himself, has quoted in the chat, the backline needs to wake up. And I think that is an interesting point because it felt like a lot of that kind of map was dictated by which supports were falling first. Both on Dallas and Vancouver, these supports seem to get caught out in the beginning of the fight. And I think that really set a lot of the tempo for how those fights were going. Andrew and Cool just not necessarily able to keep up that same pressure that Star and White were doing. So I think going into whatever map they end up picking, that's going to be the first thing you want to focus on. Is you got to make sure that your supports are playing cohesively with the rest of this team.
I 1000% agree with you. And even on the side of Dallas, it kind of felt like support ults were going off maybe a little bit faster than Vancouver, which could give them quite the edge.
I think one of the best moments in that map was both orbits going off and just watching 2 giant lasers come at each other and just everybody's doing turbo healing, turbo damage. It's a little weird. But So far no changes. We're still waiting for Vancouver to kind of make that map pick. Piper, if you are Vancouver, they've got 4 options for game modes. What do you think they're leaning towards right now?
I am thinking, and this is just based off of previous weeks, they really killed it in Numbani, I believe. I would probably go somewhere where I feel comfortable in going into this map, because that second map, Vanillios, wasn't too great for them. So I'm going somewhere where I feel confident, and I want to see a hybrid, personally.
I like the hybrid pick. Hybrid has been one of those game modes that this season has been a constant pick because there are a lot of great maps in this pool. We know Numbani's in there. Midtown, I think, has shown its face once or twice. But then there's also Ike, which has been great. Speaking of Midtown, we are getting it now.
Wow. Look at that.
So you were right. We're getting a hybrid, but just wrong map. And I think getting Icy in for cool, I think this is a choice where you know what Icy's playing. We've seen it every single season. It's going to be the Kiri. But the man is cracked. The man knows how to play this character. So I think this will give the backline a little bit more of a sense of what's going on. It'll help Andrew a little bit more because Andrew and Icy have been playing a lot more in some of these matches. So this should be able to give that backline just a little bit more stability.
I definitely agree with you, and I'm excited to see it. Could be a Vancouver take, but
we'll have to see. Dallas does get the fun pick that nobody really cares, where they get to pick attack or defense first. I'm assuming they're just going to say nobody cares and stay on defense first. But who knows? They might do some neat stuff.
What are you picking? If you had to pick between the two?
See, 9 times out of 10, attack first. I really don't like defending first. I like kind of having the ability to set the tempo early and kind of know what we need to play against. On this map, I actually hate that with a passion. So if I'm in, I'm going defense first, personally.
1000%, especially on this map. I feel like you can get set up super early, and there's a lot of good spots, especially for supports to sit on this map, taking the high ground a little bit there. I love defending on this map.
Dallas is going to opt for that defense first. We didn't see the Zarya come out. So maybe Dyer's just going to stick with what was working, stick with this Junker Queen as we are going to start heading our way into Midtown. I am very curious to see kind of what both teams roll out on. We've seen Adbon flex over to a lot of tanks, typically ones that favor a little bit more of the DPS play style. With them being on attack first, I'm going to expect the Doom or the JQ like we saw last map. For Dyer, I'm not really sure.
I really like this map for Zarya. Yep, you're right. Adbon is going that JQ.
We're going to see a lot of very common picks from Vancouver.
We're still waiting on Dallas. Oh, we're getting that JQ matchup here. You are totally right.
I mean, I'm hoping, very much hoping that we're not actually going to see the Mercy. Stay in spawn, swap it up. Don't pick Mercy. For the love of God.
Not looking like it. They're coming. Oh,
no,
okay.
No. Clearly, there it is. All right.
Yeah. All right. Same supports.
Big thing right now that we don't know, Identity is going to be on the Reaper. So this is going to be, all right, well, now I lied. So the only difference really between these, Zach on the Mei, smooth, very comfortable Tracer player, hopefully going to be able to get into that back line as these teams are going to start fighting under the subway train. Shout used. Dyer is falling low, but getting a lot of support from the team. An early Suzu out.
Oh, Adbon's out.
Everybody on the Dallas squad getting an assist in that kill as Vancouver should be backing up right now. They don't want to overextend, don't want to lose another member while Admon is trying to respawn. And so now that you're trying to re-engage with this, I think a good strategy might try to go through Train. Go up top, see if you can get Identity set up, like, right on top of them. But you can't if he dies. So that's kind of unfortunate.
Very correct. We're still gonna opt to fight under this Train here. Smooth coming in the back line here a little bit.
Recalls have used. Unfortunately, Zach is going to go down. That distraction from Smooth ended up being quite favorable because now Dallas is split. Smooth opting to still go in for the back. Strider with a great flashbang kill, but they lost Dire in the process. Vancouver should be taking this first point.
Oh yeah, we're there.
All right, 5 minutes. Not bad. You know, it was a little rough start coming out for Vancouver, but now they are able to, you know, stabilize a little bit, get the groove going. We do see Smooth back over to the Ash. I kind of like that. I really enjoy the tracer pressure you're able to put onto Star and White Rain, but having these longer sight lines with the natural wave that Escort is, Smooth's Ash, very good. Hopefully going to be able to get some of these picks pretty early in these fights.
I do really like an Ash for this map as well. Hate it as a support player. Love it for them though.
Sorry, using Shout to engage. Oh, so many ults going off. I feel like both Deadeye. All right, both Deadeyes, both Queens. There was a rush in there. Somebody figure out what's going on for me. I can't figure it out.
Vancouver is still up though.
There was so much going on. 3 ults to 2 used in this fight, and Dallas didn't get anything with it. I think they got 1 kill with Deadeye. Now we're going to have a rush. Ooh, Identity is going to go down, but Vancouver is going to have this rush up, maybe able to do a little bit more. Blizzard coming out to just secure the fight. That should do it. Maybe could have saved Blizzard there. I think you had enough momentum with you and spawns to be able to save that a little bit. But at least both teams are going in with the orbit. And we're going to see a Bob coming up pretty quickly on the side of Smooth.
I do agree. I think we could have saved the Blizzard, but we wanted to secure it a little bit. I understand. We get it.
He'll get it back. Surely in 3 minutes he gets another Blizzard.
Just a cooldown. It's just a cooldown.
Oh yeah. Longest cooldown known to mankind, but it's fine. I like this kind of
and
Icy going underneath, trying to draw them off this high ground. And it worked. Now Smooth has this high ground for free reign. Bob, jumping a little wide of the point. And gonna go down. Wall's isolating Bob, so Bob's not getting any value, but both orbitals are on. Andrew's orbital just a little bit better because Stars just went right past it a little too close. Uh-oh, this Deadeye doesn't get anything. Identity pulling out better McCree, Cassidy, whoopsies. Ults are getting traded left and right, and Dallas able to get the better of it. Again, another DPS ult, which, like, I don't think you're winning that. There's 4 of them in a rush. Maybe identity swapping, but nope. Nah, he just wanted to try to do the thing.
He wanted to try and be a little cheeky.
And with all of those ults getting used, we're coming up on another Blizzard soon, on another Rampage. Rampages will be up for both sides, but honestly, that's all Vancouver's got, so they're going to have to win this fight early, and taking out Star is going to be massive for him. Adbon going in very deep on the Kiriko. I think Suzu was able to cleanse off that Rampage, but most of these members are quite low. Surely Icy's got Suzu. Icy dies. There's no Suzu. Vancouver's getting all these kills, but Dallas still is holding on for a little bit. They're going to have to keep Adbon up because I believe there's going to be a recontest with a Blizzard.
Oh, yeah.
There's no touch.
There's no
Blizzard.
touch.
Blizzard doesn't do anything. Yeah, sure. You froze Adbon. It don't matter when you lose the point. What happened? No. God,
Oh.
Dallas, we gotta figure it out. That's fine.
We've got
Regroup,
a
figure it out.
little bit of a switch here. We've got a Moira.
Start swapped over, I believe, on Ruins to the Moira as well. So maybe a comfort pick coming out from them. Meanwhile, Zach no longer running it down on the Mei. Gonna swap over to the Reaper. This should help a little bit more with that frontline pressure. Uh-oh. Identity's taking out the counter Cassidy. Icy gonna have to be careful. Zach is running it down. But it doesn't matter because the rest of Dallas is falling. Adbon and Identity, the dynamic duo that we've seen so far, are able to just rush in. Suzu doesn't save Zach. And now Identity's just hanging out. What is going on in this game?
And you got a cheeky Bob in there.
Bob's hanging out in spawn. We're gonna spawn, I dare you. A minute 33 left for Vancouver. Able to do a pretty decent attack.
0 to 3. Switching sides.
Ooh. I'm interested to see if there's going to be any swaps from the side of Dallas. I wonder if we'll keep with that Moira. Or if we'll go back to the Juno that we had before.
If I'm Dallas, I'm looking at this as you know where the weak spot is, right? You're looking at that backline. That's how you won map 1. You're trying to kind of have that same success again. I think the JQ's been working. I think now might be the time where we see the Zarya. If you're able to just bubble in Zach on the Reaper as he's going in, my God, Adbon's on the Rhine. Is Adbon playing 4D chess right now? I'm thinking he could be. Because in my head, Dire goes to the Zarya. And in Adbon's head, he's thinking the same thing. And
He's totally thinking the same thing.
we are geniuses here. This is
My
why
God.
they don't pay us anything.
We get paid absolutely nothing. Volunteering our time. Oh, look at that! Oh my
It's come to
gosh.
fruition. The prophecy.
We are on the same wavelength here.
You young people have no
I really enjoy, aside from the whole we're psychic or whatever, the double hit scan. Identity and Smooth really working as this kind of dynamic duo of putting the pressure where it needs to be. Now, in comps before, we've seen Adbon and Identity kind of just run it down, but Smooth holding down the back. With Adbon now on this Reinhardt, he's able to play around both of them a little bit, kind of keep the shield up as they can just take their free shots. The rest of Dallas is going to have to be mindful of where their positioning is, because if they're not careful, they could just get destroyed by a Zarya, except Admon's going to get taken out. Strider's going to find one.
Identity's looking low. Yep.
And we see the Zarya has done what the Zarya does. Already 75 to a grab. This is why you've got to be scared of this new look from Dallas. Admon, I hope not looking to recontest. Oh my God, he's going to try and do it and he's going to lose his life. Admon, no. Admon, no. Oh boy.
Oh,
What have they done?
that is unfortunate.
A tragic loss of
Vancouver.
Adbon.
Yep, Vancouver already down. They're gonna try and hold the high ground here.
Honestly, a faster attack so far on the side of Dallas. Vancouver is going to have to respond. We are going to see the cast swap over now to a Reaper. Looking in. Adbon not finding much with the charge, but is going to find one. Now the Reaper diff has come out. We're starting to see members of Dallas die, and this is how Vancouver recovers this.
Perfect. A good sweep from them. We've got a cheeky little Reaper on top of their spawn.
Identity doesn't have the Blossom, so him and Andrew are really just trying to hold this close. Looking. Oh my God, Icy's gonna die, but Headbon had a fat shatter in the spawn. Goodbye, Dyer. How's that grab tasting, buddy? That is rough. Both tank ults are used, but realistically, Adbon had the way better value from it.
Definitely agree with you there. Dyer only got Icy, but Advon got the rest of the team.
The squad.
The squad.
Adbon continuing his aggression. We're going to have a rush. We're going to have a Blossom. Not finding one. Oh, he gets one, but he's going to pay for it. Meanwhile, Adbon's going to find one. Dire's going to find one. Everybody's in the kill feed. Dire's back in there. Adbon's just running it down in the back line. Probably going to die here soon. Yep, there it is. All right.
We've got members of Vancouver coming back.
White Rain now over. What is with this team and just randomly swapping Moira? They are just fiending for it. Coming home, I guess.
Let's see.
Both tanks looking a little close to their ults. They're going to run down Strider, and now with a member missing and split up 2 different ways, Dallas is looking kind of rough. A Blossom of all time coming out from Zach. Nothing really gained from that.
Yep, Adbon had shield. Shield ate the Blossom. Truly.
That's going to be a Vancouver win, as now they're approaching 2 minutes and 40 seconds is left what they have to defend. Zach swapping over to the Mei. I think this, you know, you've made this switch. You're calling Dire on up to the tank, and you're putting Zach on this DPS. And we've seen this before. Putting kind of one of your lower style players on the kind of just supporting DPS. Mei is a great pick. All you're looking to do is wall off this Reinhardt, so that way the rest of your team can handle it. And that's exactly what they're able to do. Instantly, wall is broken. Both tanks kind of just holding it down. There's the shatter. Dire's not going to live for much longer. Strider with a dead eye. Able to find 2. Hold on. 2 ultimates, 2 kills for each. We're going to see the orbits.
Double Ray. Double Ray. Unfortunately, Icy Suzu went a little bit too early there for the high noon.
I mean, even though that is going to be unfortunate for them, Dallas still falling. Strider's going to swap over to a Reaper and kind of continue up with this brawl. But my God, Vancouver with those ults really just kind of put it together.
I'm liking the Vancouver that I'm seeing on this map. We've really locked in. Rico told them, backline better lock in, and here we are.
We're seeing it. We're seeing them play as a group now. This is kind of what we expect from this team. Bob's going to come out and stall on the point for a little bit. They're going to have to be careful because Grav is coming out. Blossom, maybe just to stall him away a little bit. Andrew's going to die. No! The skilled ability that auto-aims takes out Andrew. And Dire and Zach will help clean up the rest. Adbon swinging his life away. The only thing left is a coalescence on the side of Dallas. There's going to be a rush. This is going to be contested. Dallas is going to have to play out another fight. So they're going to have to be careful on how they use this ult. Here comes Adbon already up. Up is out. Wall is out. Star's already down, but so is Smooth. Both teams missing a member.
Even.
Andrew running for his life. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, he makes it out.
Meanwhile, the rest of Vancouver is running over Dallas, and with 18 seconds left, Dire's trying to get out while he still can. I don't know if he'll be able to actually make it. They're chasing him down. They're going to have to find something because there's 10 seconds left. Is there going to be anybody to touch from the side of Dallas? It looks like Strider on the Reaper is going to be the one to do it. There's going to be a Blossom. There's going to be a Blizzard. Icy goes down. Strider's Blossom finds nothing. There is nothing left. Maybe a Blizzard is built up in these last seconds. It goes a little too wide. It's hanging on the point. Vancouver? No, please, Vancouver. No, Vancouver!
Oh gosh. Oh my.
Oh, the zoning Blizzard from Zach is able to stall just enough.
That is unfortunate.
With his dying breath, Adbon's gonna trade. Smooth's on Afara. What is going on in this game? We go to Midtown and everything just goes hectic. Alright, I don't know what's going on anymore. We're back down to a minute left. We're back up with a grab. Strider's on to the Tracer.
We're coming up on both Rays again.
Scatter's gonna find both DPS. There's a bubble. There's a grab. Andrew going to use the orbital ray to help kind of sustain through that grab, but also help finish this fight early. Strider switches to the Bastion. With 30 seconds left, they need to do something. Identity, he's going to go for it. He's going to do the sneak. Surely this gets something.
Oh, I see him there in the corner.
Does Dallas see him as well? I don't think. Oh, they do.
Oh, they do. Immediately. They knew.
I didn't realize you could get up to that archway. I'm going to be so for real.
Whoa.
There he goes. He's going to find one. The orbit still is up. There's going to be a trade, except now Zach is down as well. Strider kills himself. What happened there? And now it is just left to Dire as White Rain's going down. And that'll be Vancouver tying up the series with a nice Midtown. We are at 1-1. This is starting to heat up to what we thought this would be.
I am super happy Vancouver is here.
Play of the game.
And we got Dire on the Zarya.
Yeah, that's something that you're going to have to watch out for. You know, we talked about it earlier. Put a very skilled player on the tank role. Put him on Zarya and JQ, and look what they can accomplish. We've seen it from Adbon. We've seen it from Dire. Both teams are kind of stacked right now on this lineup. Interestingly enough, I thought Adbon was going to mirror the Zarya at some point, but his Ryan was doing some twerk. Let's be real. All right.
I definitely agree with you. I think it was working for them. Of course, obviously, they were able to defend that point really well, and they ended up taking the map.
So now we are at 1-1. We are going to be left with a Flashpoint or Clash. No, Flashpoint. Yeah, Flashpoint Clash. Then there's also Push, and then there is also Escort. Dallas in the past have saved Push for last because they typically do the ball log strat. I don't think they're going to be able to do that considering log is not here. But I wonder if they're thinking we save that Esperanza last minute switch up again. I don't think they will, so maybe they're kind of just looking to end the series with this Clash Flashpoint or Escort. But Piper, if you're in this situation, where are you going? Got it right last time. Let's see if you can keep up the streak.
Goodness. No pressure.
At least you got three options. Surely.
Surely I can do it. Okay. We said Flashpoint. I am kind of liking the Hanaoka, personally. That might be a good play for them, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Hanaoka because this hybrid didn't necessarily work out for them. They were able to kind of hold it on control. So I'm thinking the same strat comes out here.
I actually really like that take. I think, honestly, the fact that we've seen Clash as often as it has been showing up is kind of crazy to me. I think a lot of people were going into that game mode, going into the season looking at that game mode and going, nah, it's just going to hang out, right? But I think we've seen one or two Flashpoints. Otherwise, it's been complete Clash whenever that comes up. And like you said, it plays so closely to how you want to be playing some of those kind of control points where it's all about your ult management and your positioning. And so far, from what we've seen, Dallas has had that, for the most part, pretty on lock. There were a couple of questionable ones here and there. But Vancouver with this last map, I think we're able to bring it up. I wonder if taking it, now that Icy's in, taking it over to Clash, I wonder if that's not going to be as effective as Dallas thinks. Because they're thinking real hard about this map choice.
They have to be, for sure. And that's kind of where I said Hanaoka, because they were able to hold the control really well. So I think they can apply the same kind of strategies there. They're tinking, as Dyer
classic
says.
tinking.
Tinking. Using that noggin.
Cool accidentally said tinkling. Surely that's what they meant to type.
think it's on.
Yeah, all right. You know what? We're gonna bridge the gap a
Wow.
little bit while Dallas is trying to figure out their map. Tinkaton as a Pokemon, Fairy Steel, pretty garbage. Literally the best type of Pokemon, but its stats are mid, and I will come for anybody who says otherwise. All right, putting it
You
out
have
there.
to hold while I look up Tinkaton because I totally
It's this little,
forgot.
it's this little pink gremlin with a giant
Oh,
hammer. We're going to
but it's
Shimbali.
So cute.
It's a
Okay.
neat Pokemon. One of, if not the best typings. Steel is the best defensive typing. Fairy is probably one of the best offensive typings. And so combined, it's great. It just doesn't have like the right stats. Pokemon aside, we're going to see Shimbali. And now we're going to have Vancouver get the option to pick attack or defense. They attacked first, which again, worked out for them. Some teams like to be able to start with this momentum, but Adbon says, Jack, you're an idiot. I don't want to hear anything. We're going to defense first. So we're going to see Dallas on this attacking side.
I am with Vancouver on this one. This is another map that I really like to defend on.
I think it's just so... There are definitely maps where it's favored for attackers, and I think this is an example of a map that is favored for defenders. Jesus, I cannot talk. Defenders.
Defenders. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
So welcome.
With Vancouver on this defense, said it right. Who are you expecting for character-wise? I mean, I have some ideas for Vancouver, but are there any picks that you think are going to be 100% locked in?
I mean, we know about Icy. I think the Juno Kiri is really working. It's a strat Houston likes to use as well. We like the Juno Kiri. I'm thinking that Dallas is going to kind of run out with the same thing like they have been. So I think the supports are pretty locked. We might see an Ana here. I do like an Ana on this map.
It's a real question of can Andrew play Ana? Because I know everybody knows Icy's the Kiri specialist, but Andrew, for anybody who doesn't know, one of the Emerald Tank goats, probably the Emerald Tank goat, has now jumped up to Ruby for the past couple seasons, has been very spectacular, is now running it down on the support. So I think kind of like what you mentioned, the locks are going to be this Kiri Juno that we've been seeing as we start heading into Shimbali.
Initiating match.
Let's see. Do you think we see any tank changes?
See, like
Especially
on
on
this
the
map,
side of Dallas.
I would want to say a Sigma could go pretty good here, but I don't think so.
Ready for
Oh, I'm a genius. Look at me. Someone pay me money for this. God.
Been right every time.
Hold on. Wait, I gotta get 10 cents. Hold on. I gotta get 10 cents.
Lucio, yes!
Bro, I'm psyching. Andrew with the Pikachu. Adbon on Rhine worked a lot for them last map. Not at all what I was expecting for this map. Specifically not what I was expecting for their defense. I think their defense for Midtown was really well because they were already under that bridge, and you can just close hold very tightly with that, and you're able to get a lot of value with that Rhine. Right now, you're just going to be shield botting. You're just going to be hanging out, giving a little bit of protection. Zaxel and Widow. Thank God I did not want to see that. All right. We have Strider on the Sojourn instead. And this feels like a very mixed setup for both teams. They're looking to have this kind of brawl poke hybrid where the team who will find that advantage is going to find it and find it fast. As soon as one pick goes down, the rest of the team is going to collapse. We see Dallas starting to wrap around the side, going to find Adbon. Is he going to be able to live? Great Suzu from Icy. This is why that man is the king of Kiri. Identity finding Dyer quickly, and this is what I talked about. As soon as one pick's gone, There they go. 1 pick down, 2 picks down. We're gonna see Vancouver just wrap back around, take their high ground, and that's already a minute off the clock.
The Rhine is working pretty well for them so far. Oh, and we're gonna get a Rhine mirror, in fact.
Oh my god, what is happening tonight? It's Wednesday, people. Figure it out. Now, the unfortunate part is Dyer is going to be way down in this ult fight. It doesn't matter when he blocks Adbon. Oh my god.
We've got a Fox coming out from Dallas, hoping to get this high ground from Vancouver.
They're able to find 2 picks from it and going to find Smooth. So now I see all alone. No, my boy. I like Identity TPing out just to stall for a little bit of extra because now they only have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Adbon did unfortunately shatter a shield, so they're gonna be a little, you know, a little taken aback by that. You're gonna have to watch as these ults come up because you're really only looking at the rush as the big the fight starter. Doesn't matter. Adbon's gonna find one without that Fox. Now he's just gonna turn around and start swinging on Zach. He goes down. Adbon. Oh.
Adbon trying to take out their backline, but it's okay.
Oh, Andrew.
They are still up, and we've got 3 ults from Vancouver right now. We've got Fox,
0.2
Bob,
seconds.
yep, Fox, Bob, and Reaper ult.
Now, if I am Dallas, one of the big things I'm looking at is Blizzard to help. You know, we've seen a lot of duplicate orbital rays, but they don't have that yet. Oh, here comes Blossom, not really finding much. Blizzard's out, Shatter's out. All right, everybody click the button. All right, it's time to click the funny button. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it.
Everyone
Wow.
click Q. No Suzu from White Rain here. Manages
Doesn't
to
matter
make
when
it
they're
out.
able to kill it. My God. And that should be first point going in the side of Dallas. Cost them, you know, a fair amount. Was their Shatter, was their Blizzard, but it also costed a Death Blossom and an Orbital. So you're going to have to be very careful if you're Vancouver. Everybody knows an Orbital Ray is a quick way to win a team fight. So if Dallas plays this patiently, which, oh my God, Adbon, you're a madman.
Adbon is
Charges
wasting
in.
no time.
This is what happens when we get to see Adbon slightly tipsy. Strider's gonna clock out the overclock. Adbon gives absolutely 0 cares in the world, and he's teabagging. This is why you signed this guy. This is why he was the first round pick.
You love to see it.
We're gonna see Strider over on a Cassidy. Dallas is gonna wrap around this far side, and we are gonna see Vancouver meet them pretty early. They are gonna have the Bob, they are gonna have the rush, but you gotta watch out as the double support ult is here. Oh, okay, everybody's clicking the button. We see 2 rushes,
Foxes. Dyer looking pretty low.
but he's able to take out 2, and with the supports, yeah. All right.
Smooth and Andrew able to make it out. This looks like it could be the second point here for
Well-
Dallas. Vancouver still has time to contest, though.
They definitely have time to contest because in that large wraparound, nobody's on that cart. So that fight, yeah, you kind of did the thing. You wasted an ult for them, but you used an ult for you. But now you're just rounding that corner, and you're kind of... Oh my God, another Shatter's been blocked. Oh, Bob went too wide. Oh, the Shatter. Oh my God, everybody's dying. Somebody figure out what's going on. Identity is popping off.
Both tanks down. All right. Vancouver
I think I'm having an
holding down the
aneurysm
fort.
this series. Feels like there's 2 fights where it's calm and like, oh, one team uses an ult and does the thing. And then that third fight is just, I'm seeing colors on the screen and people die.
Literally. Everyone's clicking Q.
Okay, Adbon's on Ram. Dyer's back on the JQ. We're going to have a Blizzard. We're going to have a Deadeye. and only an orbital coming out from the side of Vancouver. So Vancouver is going to have to be very careful. Now, again, this is something I want to mention earlier. If you're Zach looking for that Blizzard, you only use it when Andrew uses orbital. Deny that space, except he's going to be aggressive with it. And with the Suzu, with the orbital, Adbon's going to stay alive and help take out 2. And with the entirety of Dallas falling, that probably is going to be it. Going to be real.
1000%. No one's recontesting that. They did switch to Lucio to try. And a Tracer. Classic.
Unfortunately, get nothing from it. And so, with that fight could have been won for Dallas, and we could have seen this going. But it was just a great timed and play Suzu to keep Adbon up. Then we start seeing the orbital ray from Andrew start getting, creeping a little closer to Adbon. And from that point on, they're at full health. They've got a damage boost. They're, what was the old Vine? Breaking in your windows and snatching no people up or something? Somebody fact check me on that.
I don't know if that's right.
No, it was the old Vine. Jumping in your windows, snatching no people up. I'm gonna need somebody to fact check me on that because I cannot remember it right now.
Oh, we get to see a little Mauga play here from Adbon.
Yeah. I
We're
don't
tired.
think he keeps it. I think it's just funny haha in spawn. But he could.
Yeah, he changes.
Okay,
He changes
alright.
to Ramatra. I did like to see the Ramatra in this
Oh god, he's
last
on
few
horse.
seconds. Oh, we're switching. We keep switching.
We're playing Mystery Heroes, alright? We're in Mystery Heroes right now for the side of Vancouver.
Oh, we
Ricochet just put in the
do.
call. And he's like, yep, everybody just pick a character. Dallas is not set up at all, by the way. So, Vancouver's going to get a little bit of a free push here at the expense of Dallas, as they are now trying to kind of recuperate a little bit from little late picks here.
Time for a fight. Make me proud.
Ooh, Star already down. Smooth making it look easy. Adbon on this horse is just going to run up at them. All the while, this cart is getting so much free push. Icy being the good payload princess he is, going to have to now watch because Zach is in the back. But going to get taken out by Andrew.
We are even right now.
This fight feels all over the place. Dallas felt scattered a little bit, but now Vancouver is starting to, split themselves up, regroup, try to take this fight. But I think they're just going to play it a little bit passively until Smooth does what Smooth does best and finds another kill. Adbon walking at the entirety of Dallas, stabbing Dyer into a wall, dying himself. Zach holding on for dear life and not holding on hard enough. Strider inting in the back, trying to get something done as 4 members of Vancouver holding on to this payload.
Adbon's sacrifice was indeed worth it.
Oh, we see the Zarya.
There we go.
When things don't look good, we pull out the easy W for Dallas. They're going to bring out the Zarya, going to start building up this charge, but unfortunately, they're going to have to sit here and defend this for 5 minutes as Adbon also makes a swap over to Ram.
It worked for him when he was defending. Likely it works now. Ooh,
Deadeye.
cheeky little Deadeye.
Ooh, taking out 2 members, a great bubble to help keep him alive for just a little bit longer. Adbon is going to find Strider in the end, but that Deadeye did its job. And now, Dallas able to stabilize a little bit. Able to kind of catch their breath, start looking at the ult economy and realizing that they're up. Strider locking in the legs. All right, this is a pick. God, Zach's hiding
Oh, but he gets bubbled
and gets killed.
and falls.
Identity with a Deadeye of his own with a rush. He's walking towards him menacingly. They're dropping down to go fight Dyer in this low ground, able to take him out. And now it is Icy running this cart as the rest of Vancouver's joining him. Andrew coming up around the long way. We're going to see Bob. We're going to see Rush. Bob's going to find one, as that will be Vancouver taking map 3, putting them up at match point.
Let's see here.
Play of the game.
I think I know what identity play this is. I'm pretty
So,
confident.
too.
Oh, yeah.
This is when everyone clicked the funny little button.
The funny button was clicked and identity just said, no, I want to win. So now,
And they did.
they won that map, and Dallas did not. Dallas backs against the wall. They are looking at a scenario that Dallas has seen a lot of times in the past. In the past, this is where we see them pull out what Dallas knows best and go into the log ball. That is not an option for them. We are going to have push as an option or flashpoint clash. All right. You've got a 50-50. Surely you can guess it right.
I am gonna go. I'm gonna go Hana Oka again. Honestly,
Doubling down.
I'm doubling down because these last 2 push maps, and I know they're not both push maps technically, but escorting the payload essentially, Dallas has fallen short a bit. So I'm thinking we might change up the map type so that we can control our area and kind of recuperate a little bit.
We've seen some great plays from Dallas. They are playing pretty cohesively. We're seeing a lot of their ults get the values they need, 1 or 2 here and there, not finding the purchase that they wanted to. But ultimately, I think what has been happening so far in these past 2 maps where Vancouver's ended up on top is it feels like the DPS. I mean, we've seen Smooth at the very beginning of the fight take out 1, take out 2. Mid-fight, Identity on the Reaper comes in. Adbon off his rocker, charging in like a madman he is and getting those picks. I want to see that same aggression from Dallas. We've seen a lot of Dallas playing around, kind of supporting each other, trying to find this picks, where it works sometimes. But we're seeing Vancouver run them over a lot more often because they're just all insane and just going for kills. So I want to see a little bit of more aggression from Dallas in this next map. And hopefully we'll get to see a game 5 because of that. But I also real quick want to shout out Log, who just DM'd me that Vine I was referencing. So at some point I'll be watching that and correcting myself.
Thank you, Log.
Shout out to the G.
No, I do agree with you, though. I do think that Dallas needs to pull out a little bit more aggression. I think they might be a little bit in a poor mental space right now, as, most commonly happens when you take a loss. But you're right. They have had really great plays in this series. And I think if we go back to Ilios, map 2, then they could potentially take this.
We've seen Dallas over so many seasons now, and they've been, it's nothing new to them. It's not like they've won every single match. It's not like they've won every single map. This is a situation that they've been in before, and they've clawed out of, and they've taken the W. And I think right now, it's just in that call, trying to figure out what game mode they want to pick. They're just saying, hey, listen, we knew Vancouver was going to be a tough team going into it. We knew that we were going to have to prepare a little differently. This is okay. We're in a good spot. We're holding it close still. We're playing pretty well. All you got to do is just tighten up a few screws here and there in some of these team fights, and you're golden.
Exactly. And like you said, Smooth getting those picks right off the gate. And not only are they picks, but they're picks on the support, which definitely put them a little bit ahead of Dallas there. So if Dallas is able to kind of mirror that aggression from Vancouver, ooh. then
Cervasa.
let's see.
I'm
Okay.
interested. Okay. This,
I'm
I think,
interested too.
what you mentioned earlier, kind of going back to what we saw in Ilios, and if you really want to talk about how Hanaoka plays, where, yeah, Clash is kind of similar to Control and how those points go on, we see that a lot more often in Cervasa. I mean, Cervasa is just 5 faster, smaller control points. So this was when Dallas was looking their best. They won that map. I think it was 134 in the second part. Then we're swapping in Cool for Andrew on the side of Vancouver. We're going to see the Icy Cool support line. But I think you hit the nail on the coffin. First off, you got the game mode technically right. It's not Clash, but it's in the same grouping, so I'll give it to you. But
Thank you.
oh, of course, so generous of me. But I think you were right. I think this is a good opportunity for them to kind of go back to what worked and able to push that over the edge.
1,000%. And I think it gives them maybe a little bit of confidence as well. Hopefully they're able to kind of take this first point, and we'll see from there. It sets everyone on an even playing ground, kind of.
Initiating match.
They're meeting each other right at the first point.
Everybody loves the market first point. And of course, after that, we have one of 4 random options. And I've asked this a couple times when I've casted with people on Cervasa, but out of the 4, because everybody likes the market one, what is your favorite on this map?
Gosh.
For battle.
Well,
Oh
I
my-
do like the one that has the fountain in the middle.
Ooh, I
You know
think
what I'm
that's
talking about.
Palace. Yeah,
Palace.
it's all yellow. I think it's called Palace.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
there's
yeah.
Garden, because everybody's got a garden.
No.
Very, very interesting. Yeah, Garden is not what you were talking about, but I know one of them's called Garden. Palace is what you're talking about. I need to say this before I forget. Identity on tank, Adbon on DPS. Fun fact of the day. We're going to see Identity Doom. Adbon is now on, I believe, traditionally his normal role. Although a lot of seasons we've seen Adbon kind of flex over to this tank to help carry some wins. So this is going to be a lot scarier. Interessante. We'll see this swap up. Smooth already going down. Dire going to take the first blood of Cervasa. Identity kind of going in, staying alive. Zach is half getting healed up, but Adbon looks like he's going to fall. Identity next as Star, this new Dallas member, coming in on the brink of defeat, taking out probably the top 2 members, in my opinion, of Vancouver with that Moira suck.
I think you're right. I think the Moira is like a comfort pick, and it's working for them because they are 71% to coalescence.
We love
After
Moira things.
one team fight.
We also love Adbon picking the funny flying character. Farah is coming in. Oh my god, we've got Morga. What is that? People, it's Wednesday night. What did I tell you about figuring it out? My god. Identity starting to push in and take some of that percentage. Dire taking a lot of these rockets from Adbon, but able to take him out instead. Smooth finding the better counterpart of that Tracer duel, but unfortunately Dire's going to be able to find 2. And so now you're starting to see picks from both sides. It is just Smooth and Identity against 3 members of Dallas, and I don't think they'll be able to live long enough to even contest afterwards. Identity able to find 1 more until he goes down. Adbon and pull it back. This might be winnable for the side of Vancouver, and it looks like they are going to turn it right at the brink. Why are we doing this? It's Wednesday. I'm going to say that 1,000 times. Stop making my heart race. God. Oh. Vancouver able to breathe a sigh of relief for now, but unfortunately they are walking into basically 5 ults, where they themselves realistically only have 2 right now. They're going to have to take a little bit more time to build up those remaining 3.
There we go with the Ray.
Ooh, Adbon goes for a very quick. Okay, all right. Everybody's clicking some buttons. We see Orbital. We see Adbon going down, trying to get something with the barrage. We see Icy trying to keep Identity alive, but with all the ults getting pumped into him, it's not going to keep him up, and that will be Dallas taking the first part of Servasa.
Definite confidence booster for Dallas.
Next, flashpoint ruins.
You got a cheeky little pulse bomb in there too at the end. Gotta give credit to that.
It really felt like there were a lot of ults being used, and 2 of them maxed out value. It would be so for real. But we are looking now at Vancouver having a little bit more of these ults. Do we see the Blizzard in the cage? I like this from Zach. It's going to help clean up Identity and Cool. Alright, Dyer really wanting to clean up this fight as he gets both DPS, but one can recall and cleanse himself. Zach able to shrug off the pulse, and Dallas is going to take the beginning of this new point in Ruins.
We've got Adbon just kind of chilling out on the side here.
And he's gone.
And he is pulling a Piper.
Oh, shout out to earlier.
Not quite
we're
the
gonna-
same, but
We're gonna give it credit. Surely that counts as a Piper. And that's gonna be a new coin term, by the way, and you are when you fall off the map. We've got Adbon over to the Genji. We've got Identity mirroring the JQ. Using Shout, looking to collapse on Dyer, able to find him quickly, as now the rest of Dallas is going to have to try and back out. The aggression from this Vancouver roster is absurd. Taking out 1, soon to be 2 members of the DPS duo. There they go, as it is just the Juno left. And again, we see Dallas take this point up to about 90. They need one more team fight, and they have a Pulse Bomb and soon to be a Cole versus Jack Squat on the side of Vancouver.
well, this ult economy is tough out here.
This is where you got to see Smooth call in as the Tracer and try to find one of those early picks. Doesn't seem like he will be able to. Has to back out as the rest of Vancouver are going to rotate over the point to meet Dallas. Swapping sides. Axe doesn't get anything. Great boot by Cool. We're going to see Coalescence. Adbon, don't die. My boy!
Oh, he's out.
And now that one fight that Dallas needed is here. They're getting the better of it too. Identity going to find one. But with a wall down main, I don't know if Vancouver's going to have the sustainability to end up winning this fight. Looks like they won't. Dallas already up 2-0 on this Saravasa.
Flashpoint Palace.
Yes, it's my favorite one.
Going over to Palace. And we're going over to the Smooth Pharah. Everybody's going to play Pharah tonight. It's just required, apparently.
It was in their contracts.
I forgot the Ricochet clause. They have to play Pharah at some point. Smooth's going to die on this Pharah, by the way. Just kidding. He's got good support. Blade coming out. Orbit coming out. Going to find one. Looking for some more. Going to find another. Adbon is going to die with that. But Identity's going to find his own Rampage. And this should be Vancouver's point as Smooth cleans up with the assistant of Cool. Alright, what do we... I didn't realize Vancouver wanted to play Mystery Heroes, because now we got Adbon on the Ashe.
It's every point we go to a new hero. That is the rules. Except for Icy. Icy is not
Yeah.
included.
Icy and Cool so far hanging out. Identity kind of hanging out. Ooh, I love an aggressive beat, especially when we use Rampage into beat. Feel like you could have saved that for another fight, considering the rest of your team is dying.
Yeah, that definitely could have waited a bit there. Because unfortunately, We already got Dire and Strider down. We are looking at a pulse here, though. And another blizzard.
Hopefully they'll be able to get something out of this. And now if you're Zach with this blizzard, it doesn't entirely matter. You know, last time he had to go against a Juno where blizzard is great to stop that progression of orbital. Blizzard, you can just kind of yeet that little sucker in and just hope for something. Just
Hope for
shout
the
to
best.
engage. Rush!
Ah,
Oh my
doesn't
god,
get anyone.
everybody's doing the button thing again, and I don't like it. Trades on both sides. A DPS and a support, both down on each side. Icy's gonna fall because Dire has the axe. All right, Bob. It is now Adbon and Identity, the dynamic duo for this Vancouver roster. It's just the tanks. Oh god. Adbon from the death gets the dynamite and the Bob, and they are keeping Vancouver in this map. We're going all the way over
Temple.
to Temple.
Quite
That was
the journey
expensive.
these teams have to make. It was an expensive fight, definitely.
What's up?
This is a setup we have here. Strider looking to help counter Smooth on the Tracer now. And Strider's on the Cassidy looking to, you know, stop the aggression. There's a lot of speed, a lot of power coming in, and there he's doing just that. Able to find two is going to be Identity with that. All Adbon and Cool going to help with those kills. But Icy's going to go down to White Rain. There are trades left and right. Surely Strider dies. Surely Adbon also dies. Everybody's dead. What is going on?
Stop lagging about. And
All
get
right,
over here.
and it's a Vancouver point.
Not without 13% going in the favor of Dallas, but now you're going to have Cool speed Adbon in. So far, we're going to have double support ults from the side of Dallas. And soon another rampage for them. Icy's going to have to be very careful on how he spends this Suzu. Orbit
All right.
comes in, already finding one. Cool, able to escape, keep himself alive. Deadeye out. Doesn't find anything, really just kind of adding some extra damage to help kill Adbon. The rest of Vancouver is falling.
I might have saved that Deadeye. I think engaging with the Juno ult was perfect.
Ooh, Cool goes down. A very late stagger. I think I agree. I think kind of saving that Deadeye, you already were up a man. Having the Deadeye maybe was just there to secure kills. But now that you have Dire initiating a fight, did he get anybody, or is Icy just that good? A Suzu cancels out Dire's entire ultimate, as now you see Dallas, a great wall from...
Ooh. Yep, exactly. Beautiful
Literal
wall, Bob finding
seconds.
no one.
We're going to see a Cole. This is going to have to be Vancouver's last stand. A great beat to keep them in this fight. Somebody's going to have to stay on this point for both teams to ensure that this goes a little bit longer. Cool goes down. Icy goes down. Vancouver not long for this world. And we are staring down the barrel of a map 5. Dallas bringing it back. Taking Suravasa. And we are going to go to push next here. If you saw it in the cards of a map 5, then you were right. Shout out me talking to Stan earlier before this game when I called it.
Oh, and another Juno play of the game from White Rain.
Smooth just hanging out. No, please don't kill me. This
That was a
series,
great map choice from Dallas.
a great swing in momentum, as now Dallas has tied everything up. We are currently looking at a 2-2 scoreline. Rico has just rejoined the Twitch chat and has figured out his team is selling. But that is fine. They've got this last map. It is Vancouver's pick. You have 4 options to choose from, Piper. What push map are you going to if you're Vancouver?
Let's see. I am thinking New Queen Street.
I think I would jump off a bridge if they pick that. Oh, for real.
I want to see it.
Yeah, you might want to see it, but no shot. Yeah, all right, we're going to Runasapi.
Runasapi.
I like the enthusiasm, but nobody in their right mind is picking that map.
Yeah, the map is quite horrible, actually.
It's a neat map. It was one of, if not the first official one for Overwatch 2. It just sucks compared to the other ones. Unfortunately.
Honestly, the only reason I picked New Queen Street is because I totally forgot what Runasapi looked like. And Coliseo, I knew no one was going to pick Coliseo.
Oh, God.
So, there's that. It's me being honest. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We love putting the cards on the table here. And I think something to note, Andrew coming back in for cool. Both times we've seen Vancouver win a map was when we had the Icy Andrew as the Kiri Juno backline. This might be that swap that gives them that edge. Cool had some great moments. I loved a lot of the beats that I saw. The aggressive beat, amazing. Beat to save the rest of the team, awesome. Some great plays here and there, but it seems that Icy and Andrew with their honestly solo picks of Juno Kiri, you know what's going to be coming, but you like it. You're okay with it. It's a great time.
I always love a Kiri Juno pick. And Juno's ult is just insanity. Hence why we have both teams always picking the Juno. We'll see here. Yep.
Ooh. Adbon back on the tank. Identity back on the DPS. I think Identity did a pretty good job. Andrew, okay. Andrew scared me a little bit picking the Alari. Both teams instantly locking in all of their heroes. They know what's going on. The big things for me here, Adbon on this Zarya. I played and got carried to a grand championship by that man and his Zarya. I know it pounds. So we'll have to see, can it stack up to this Dallas roster that's been looking pretty good these past couple games as we get started with map 5, Runasapi. Teams are looking to fight off in the edge. Dire instantly taking so much damage to begin with. And that's that combination of the Reaper Zarya that we've seen Dallas actually do a lot recently. There it is. Adbon's going to carry. He's running, looking for another kill. Icy's going to find Zach. Strider not long for the world as Adbon is just ignoring this tank so he can go kill everybody else. Vancouver off to a hot start.
Yeah, Adbon is bloodthirsty out here. He is not letting anyone leave. Every stagger counts.
Dire kind of got rolled there, I'm going to be honest. But it's okay, because now he made the appropriate tank swap. We're going to see the Rhine. Adbon, very similar to how we saw Dire earlier. I think he's going to just stay. I think Adbon is very comfortable in this matchup. So I think it's just up to the rest of the teams to see what they can do. Dire immediately, new tank, knew him. He's going to find one pick, and he's going to charge in there, missing the pin on Andrew. But Andrew's still going to have to get out. Ooh, Identity finding a pick. They might be able to turn this. Adbon starting to turn around, take a little bit of damage, but he still has team there. Zach on 1 HP in a dream, but Adbon also. Oh my god. Vancouver is starting to clean this up. Nobody's looking at the Reaper in the back. The entire time. There he goes. He's doing the thing again. No kill credits to Identity, but in all honesty, that man was cooking for a little bit as Vancouver retakes the bot, only allowing 6 meters.
Yep, they turned it around really quick there. Lost Icy.
Yeah. They lost Icy like you said, but they've gained some ultimates in that. 1 Juno ult, 1 Death Blossom. Anything else? 2 kills. I'm gonna turn into the Count from Sesame Street. Grav comes out. Deadeye comes out. Stop clicking the button! Please, I beg of you. Good God. Adbon looking to take care of Strider, but has Andrew. Oh my God, he's gonna do the thing. Andrew and Identity and Adbon using the Juno ult to continue to keep this fight going. Dear Lord.
They are not backing down from this.
And that's what you get out of Adbon. You get a great tank player, a great shot caller. I guarantee you, Adbon saw that Andrew was still up with him and saw Identity was waiting in the wings and was just like, you know what? We ball right now. Full send it. Able to block the shatter, but unfortunately Dire is still going to get the pin onto Icy. Blizzard's going to come out right in the middle of the rush. Identity, I don't think is really getting looked at right now, as Adbon is not long for this world. Just, whoop, he's getting healed. He's getting a bubble. Strider back.
They took the robot.
Strider on the Widow. It's going to be a pick and a half. I don't think Smooth mirrors it because Bob is here. We have another Death Blossom, but we're looking at Cole and Orbital Ray on the side of Dallas. Hopefully they don't layer up on those support ults because they can use that to extend this. Get that robot a little bit closer, except when you die. You cannot use your ult when you die. Dallas, down a member, looking to keep things alive.
There we go.
Juno ult comes in and Strider putting his foot down, taking out one. Bob's gonna go just to stall the cart. And Bob's hanging out with that. Well, honestly, Bob doesn't get any kills, but even with the wall up, because the bot has such a fat radius, he's able to contest a little bit. So that's more time off that clock that Dallas doesn't get. And we're still seeing a Blossom. We're still seeing a Cole. The only issue is Dallas is starting to creep up towards their ultimates as well. Hopefully, Adbon going to be able to build up some of this charge and take a stand. Oh, there we go. We see a lot of members falling low, able to take out Dire. Strider's got sights, but I don't think they'll use it as they're going to die. Smooth showing the hit scan battle.
The enemy is approaching.
All right, Vancouver's able to get the bot back. And we've got a Grav.
Could be massive. Last grab, really, honestly, really was a stall tool. Grabbed him up, didn't really get much, but just kept everybody away from him so Andrew could keep him alive and use that orbital ray. We have sights up from Strider and is going to use that to the fullest extent as he's going to find Andrew. A lot of members on Dallas falling low. Zach is already down. It is a 4v4. Shatter finding two and a Cole to help clean this up. This should be Dallas's fight, except Identity holding on to the bot. Just creeping away. Nobody found. Oh, they found him. All right, well. But honestly, Identity is going to be able to. Yeah, Identity is going to be able to stall for a little bit more push and continue to regroup with his team. And so now you're really only looking at a Blizzard against a Grav Bob, soon to be Juno ult. Adbon going in kind of alone right now. Has the rest of his team to back him up, except Smooth is off in a corner. Strider off in a different corner. The hit scans on these teams are putting in some twerk. Grab in the back, able to find two with the help of Identity. And we see Dire just gonna fall over. Strider not going down without a fight. One Widow versus 4 members of Vancouver. Surely this goes well. And nope. Okay. Unfortunate. This has been 3 fights now where Zach has held on to Blizzard. I think he's just got to rip it. You still got 3 minutes left. There's plenty of time. Just yeet that sucker in. Honestly, use it just to split up the team.
Andrew's able to get off that ray, though, before Zach is even able to think about using his ult in the first place.
insane ultimates coming out from the side of Vancouver. Identity, unfortunately, not getting much with that Blossom, but it was a great distraction.
Pushing the barricade. Stay sharp.
We see here again, Zach died fairly early in that fight, so like you said, no Blizzard allowed. Now we have Blizzard. Now we have Orbital. Now we have... Alright. Come on, click the buttons. That's, I think, 4. Yep, keep going.
Yep.
Come on, robots. Let's go.
Now, as much as we just talked about Zach holding on to the ultimate, I'm glad he didn't use it there. Good heads up sense from the kid to say, you know what? We don't need it. We don't need it. We're going to use a bunch right now. I can Blizzard and try to get something because the ult economy for Vancouver is doo-doo butter as Admon switches to the Smaug.
Exactly. Got no ults there on Vancouver. And we're coming up on quite a few. There we go. There's a Blizzard.
Blizzard's out. Doesn't get much. But you know what? He did the thing. Denying a little bit of space here. Both supports on Dallas, holding on to the bot and looking a little low. Meanwhile, the entirety of Vancouver is collapsing on the Reaper and the Reinhardt. I don't think they'll be able to stay alive. They're so fine with giving up this point percentage because you've lost 2 members already. If you're Dallas, you've got to look to get out alive, but I doubt that'll happen as more members are falling.
Got the robot.
You give that quick spawn up, but you are so okay with that. Dire gonna switch over, not once, but twice. First to the Zarya, now over to the Junker Queen, as we are rounding out the last minute of this map.
Come on, everyone.
Both teams looking to kind of hit each other off the pass. I don't think Smooth will be able to make it. A Cole, a teleport in. Dallas is looking to play very aggressively. They're going to have to because they are down in percentage. So far, Dallas is up 1 member. Both Junos down. Another support down. Adbon taking matters into his own hand. Same with Identity. Oh, no. Vancouver lost so many at the beginning, but they're able to clean this up. A double ult from the dynamic duo of Vancouver.
10 seconds remaining.
There's going to be a touch from Dallas, but this will be the biggest uphill fight of their season, it feels like.
1000%. They're all the way on the opposite side of the map.
A rush comes out, and this
Ugh.
feels like just... Oh, bye, Bob. You're going. This feels like just too much for Dallas to bear, as Vancouver will take the series 3-2. What a great match this was for a freaking Wednesday night.
That was crazy. Okay.
Play of
My God.
Ooh. And Smooth on the Ashe.
Really felt like an unsung hero. And oh, there we get to go see Bob. Bye, Bob.
I didn't need Bob anyway.
You know what? That's fair. Bob was just holding down the spawn. I mean, this was a great showing from both teams. We saw a lot of different identities, you know, mark the pun, for both sides, as we saw a rotating support roster coming in from Vancouver. We saw Dallas with a new support member of Star, honestly performing pretty well. Had a lot of good ultimates. We saw a lot of that Moira come out. But within this series, Vancouver was able to just edge it out and take that series dub. What a great showing from both teams.
I absolutely agree with you, and I think that Dallas should still keep their head held high. I mean, they really fought it out there. Taking Vancouver to 5 is no easy feat, and they were able to do that. And some really solid plays from both teams. It was a really good series to watch.
We are excited. Both of these teams have 2 more games left. Vancouver firmly sitting in the driver's seat of their entire playoff run. Dallas, unfortunately, looking still in playoff contention, but it's going to look a little bit harder now. But I think that will be it for us on this Wednesday night. I see you in chat. This Wednesday night. That'll be it from us. Piper, any last words before we sign out?
GG's to both teams. Excited to see you guys next week, and have a good night, folks.
I like the sound of that. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.